When I last did a video on using a keyboard and mouse with a Nintendo Switch, the number one question I got asked is which keyboards work. And does this keyboard work? Or does this keyboard work? Or does this keyboard work? I can't do all the keyboards, so I'm going to pick 6 of the most popular keyboards around to test, to see whether they work and to tell you whether they work on the Nintendo Switch. Hello and welcome along, and as we said in introduction, we're going to be looking at keyboards today. Okay, so I've got 6 keyboards here we're going to be testing with a Nintendo Switch. So by the end of this video, you will know that if you want to use a keyboard with a Nintendo Switch, these 6, we will know whether they do work or whether they don't work. Okay, so if you didn't know already, the way we do that is we use this. So this is the PXN K5 keyboard and mouse converter. I've done a proper setup video because you can keybind on this. If you need all that, and if you need more gameplay of Fortnite, because I go through a couple of games of Fortnite on that, go and have a look in the videos, and I'll link below in the description of where you can go and have a look at that. Because on today's video, all we're going to be doing is just for information. We're going to set this up, we're going to go through 6 keyboards to see whether they work. So you know that if you want to use a keyboard and mouse, you will know which keyboard works with this. If it doesn't work, then it's either going to be a problem with your keyboard or probably this, because this is doing all the legwork. But today we're going to tell you which ones that I know work with this. Okay, so the PXN, dead easy. You get your box, you get your cable, and that's pretty much it. And the way you set it up is you get your USB, you plug that into your dock, and then you get that USB Type-C and you plug it into the PXN. So I always stick it in that top one. So put it in there like that, so that's in the dock. And then around here, and we're going to plug it into this end of the PXN, and it starts lighting up. Okay, and then without going into too much detail, you can ignore that because this is the switch, and then we've got a mouse and a keyboard. Today I'm going to be using this, which is the Logitech G213. I'm only going to be using this mouse. I'm not going to be using any others. If you need me to do a video on different mice that work with the Switch, do let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I'm just going to be using this mouse. And all you do is you plug it in there, and that will start lighting up to say that that's been connected. So we know that the mouse is connected. And then we need to start using the keyboards. First up, what I need to do is my controller is connected, as you can see with the LED there, so it's connected. And I would go in a game of creative Fortnite just so we don't get killed, so we can test it. I need to disconnect this. So what you do is you go to your home, you go to controllers, you go to change grip order, the LED disappears, and now we're not connected to anything. And now we can start connecting our keyboards. Okay, so first up in the test, we're going to be using the Havit. So this you may have seen on Amazon as a gaming keyboard, and it's pretty inexpensive. It's $35 or £35 in the UK. And all you do is get USB and you poke it in there. And you should see it lights up because this is an RGB keyboard. And to connect to this, all you do is you press Control and 2. That goes red, and we know that's connected. And then we wait for this. Pang, it comes on. So the Switch, for information, thinks that you're using a Pro controller. Okay, it doesn't think you're using a keyboard, it just thinks you're using a Pro controller. And as we can see there, so hit A when you're ready, and we know A is on space. So there we go. Go down to close, and then what I'm going to do now is jump back into the creative on Fortnite because it was disconnected because I've lagged out because of the amount of time it's taken. So we'll just quickly whip over to a creative game on Fortnite. Okay, so here we are now, diving into the map on Fortnite, and as you can see, the mouse is working as we knew it would, and the keyboard. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so we know that this Havit works. So if you go and you want to use a Havit keyboard, This one, the one I linked to below, I can tell you now, definitely works with the PXN adapter. Okay. Next up, we're going to do wireless, and this is another cheap keyboard. So it's this one. This is a wireless keyboard from Amazon. Again, I'll leave a link below the way you can do it. And if you're going to use a wireless keyboard, it needs to have a dongle. Okay, I haven't tested all of the wireless keyboards out there, but I've tested this one. I've tested the one below. And what I'm going to do is, all you do is just stick that in there, and there we go. It's working straight away. Sometimes you do need to press Control and 2 to reconnect it, but I haven't with this one. And as you can see, this wireless keyboard works great. Okay, so this is dirt cheap, $19 or around £20 on Amazon. If you need a wireless keyboard and you want to sit away from your dock, you'll need a wireless mouse, which this one comes with a wireless mouse, and that does work with this with the same dongle. But if you just want to use a wired mouse and a wireless keyboard, I can tell you that this one works too. Okay, pull that out. Next up on the list, we're going to take it up a little bit of a notch. We're going to be using the Logitech G213. Now this is a lovely, lovely keyboard. I use this a lot on my PC. Really huge, long USB cable. And exactly the same process. All you do is you get this and you poke it in there. And then this will start lighting up. As you can see, look, I've been using it so much, I've broken it. And it should work. Yep, there we go. So it's worked straight off the bat without me actually doing anything. I just plugged it in. I didn't need to do the Control 3. Control 2. And as well, a note on, when we start getting onto these RGB keyboards, you can use all the functions of changing all the lights on here and all the functions on here on making the lights on your keyboard change, if you can do it via the keyboard. So if you've got a double button press to change the brightness of the keyboard or the colors of the keyboard, it will work if it's connected. If you need to do it via a software, you can't do it here. You'd have to take this away, link it up to the software and do it. But if you can do it all on keyboard, that's the thing, you can do it here. Okay, so the Logitech G213, you're looking at about $50, about £50 for this. But as you can see, with the PXN adapter linked up to the Nintendo Switch, it's fine. And if you need to know about the keybinds, go and have a look at the video, because I tell you all about it in there. Okay, so this one works. Fantastic. Okay, next up, we're going to be looking at this one. This is the Razer Cynosa V2. And this one is probably not going to be your best bet for this, because I've had a few issues with this. Sometimes I can get it to work and sometimes I can, so it's a bit temperamental. Whereas you saw with the other ones, the Havit, the wireless and the Logitech, they just connected no matter what. They were beasts. This one is $60 or £60, and I've had a couple of issues with it because, look, if I show you, so we'll go back to the connection screen here. If I plug this one in, it doesn't light up. Okay, so even if I press the Control 2, okay, it doesn't seem to work. However, a couple of times I did get it to work, and it frustrated me because I can get it to work or I can't get it to work. So I think this is the first one where I would probably say no, because it is a $60 keyboard. That's quite a lot of money. Whereas there are cheaper ones that work just as well. And I can't get this one to work. Doesn't matter what I do, whether I unplug this, unplug this, unplug this, plug it back in, or if I unplug the power and then plug the power back in. No, I can't get it to work. Okay, whereas if I used one of the other keyboards and I just plugged them in straight away, it would work straight away. So I just think for the money, the Razer Cynosa V2, I would say no, don't get this one if you want to use it with the Nintendo Switch. Okay, next up, we're going to be using this. I love this keyboard. This is the HyperX Alloy, and it's quite expensive. It's around $70, around £60, but it's our only mechanical keyboard on the list. It's got a hell of a long cable, and I just love it. I just really love the feel of it. The mechanical, I just love a mechanical keyboard. Really nice. So, again, what we're going to do is just whack it in there. it starts lighting up. And we'll see if it's going to connect. So we hit Control and 2. So it goes red because we're starting up the connection again. And there we go. We've connected to it. No problems whatsoever. And again, let's just quickly bear with me while I get into a game of Fortnite. Okay, here we are. Jumped into a game. And as you can see, the keyboard is working fine. Not an issue. Brilliant. Okay, so as we know, just plug this one in, works a treat. And finally, I thought I'd throw this one in. I was pretty confident before I even tested this one whether it was going to work. This is just an Apple keyboard, one of the big ones, wired one. Let's see if it works, shall we? Okay. No. Control 2 or Command 2 would it be? No. Okay, I just thought I'd throw that one in just to show you that it doesn't work. So if you do have an Apple keyboard, it's not going to work with this. It needs to be kind of like a Windows PC one. No matter what I do, I couldn't get it to work. Okay, so don't get one of these if you're going to try and use it there. Okay, so my pick, without a doubt, is this one. It is quite pricey. It is the most expensive on the list, but there's a reason why it's more expensive. It's just fantastic. I just think I love it. It just feels like a really, really nice keyboard. It just feels nice. It's a lovely keyboard to use. And what I was saying about earlier about using the onboard keys as well. So if we do FN and down, we can change the brightness there. If I needed to link this up to a bit of software, it wouldn't work, but we can do it on the keys, on the keyboard, linked up to the Switch. Okay, so if you want to go and play Fortnite with a keyboard and mouse, my pick is this one. It's the HyperX Alloy at $70 or £60. If you haven't got that kind of budget, I'll be taking it down to the Havit at $35 or £35. All will be linked to down below. If you need the setup videos, they'll all be down below on how to use the PXN to its full capability with all the keybinds and stuff. And that's it. I hope you pick one of the keyboards that does work for you. Happy gaming on the Switch with a keyboard and mouse. If you've got any questions, do leave them down below. I'll happily answer them for you. All the links on where to get all the bits and bobs in this video will be down in my Amazon store. Okay, that's everything. I've been Console and Tech Accessories, and until the next video, bye-bye.